My name is Army Lieutenant Colonel Toby Prudhomme. Over many years of service, I developed hip and back pain and pinched nerves. This resulted in paralysis and the eventual amputation of my left leg, along with several other injuries. My wife Lisa and we met online, actually.
He's like, don't put me on the spot.
She was really easy to talk to, had a lot of the same interests that I have.
What drew me to Toby was his great write-up on his profile. And he walked in and his face looked very inviting, the conversation just flowed. We actually went on a run after that. So even though we were all sweaty, we decided to stop and get a beer and share a salad. So it was the longest date I ever had, and he's still here.
Well, I enlisted the Army out of high school. I'd always been interested in the Army. When I graduated high school, my best friend said, "Hey, I'm going to West Point." And I was like, "What's that?" And kind of learned a little bit about it. So I enlisted in the Army, and at the same time, I applied to West Point. Served for about a year in Korea, and then was accepted to West Point in 1992. Spent 4 years there, getting a college education and playing college football, and then commissioned as an infantry guy. Spent 10 years in the infantry, Korea, Hawaii, Fort Hood, Bosnia, and then transitioned to what eventually became a soft special operations support. And then I went to Central Command in Iraq, Afghanistan, Africa, Northern Virginia, and then I retired in 2016. But I don't have any regrets. I had a great time in the Army. I had amazing experiences. And out of the Army, I eventually was able to get my PhD in financial management. My nerve problems probably started, I was on a jump and landed really awkward. What felt really insignificant, I think over time became significant. I retired in 2016. Well, in 2018, Lisa was like, "Hey, your foot doesn't work properly." And I was a competitive CrossFit athlete, and I started having issues running and stuff. And I went in and they're like, "Oh yeah, you have serious drop foot. Your foot doesn't dorsiflex anymore." So I had back surgery in 2020, hoping that it would allow my nerve to, I guess, kind of regenerate. That's not the right term. And then, fast forward 2 years later, it didn't work. So 2022 is my amputation. Fast forward to now, I've had 2 revisions. I'm a lot better now as far as mobility is concerned with a prosthetic than I was with drop foot. Yeah, we live in Southern Pines, North Carolina. We have a 2-story house on about 11 acres.
He has trouble going down the back stairway off our porch to play with the dogs because it's stairs. The downstairs bathroom, the chairs don't fit in, so if he uses it, he has to actually get up out of his chair. So even if he still has to have his leg on if he wants to get up and use it because there's no bars to help him or anything. So it would be nice if he could take that break and still be able to be in a chair and get around the house without all these obstacles to go around.
I found out about Homes for Our Troops in 2024. So I run my own nonprofit, and I'm a board member on Bill and I's Old Units nonprofit. He asked if I had Adapt at Home. I was like, no. So he's like, "You should apply." Bill and I spent a couple different times on the phone because I didn't really feel like I wanted to ask for this.
I think he felt like there were other soldiers that needed it and deserved it more than he did because he only has 1 amputation.
The biggest thing for me if I got a home from Home for Our Troops would be being able to use my wheelchair throughout the house.
Having, the racks that come down, the big thing I would like for him to have is the racks in the closet that pulls down so he can start putting his own clothes away. Just those kind of things. And the one thing is the roll-in shower.
Be able to transfer from a wheelchair to a shower bench that you know you won't slip on, or to take your prosthetic off. But it's like, holy cow, someone has really thought through this. This home would enable me to be independent. Homes for our troops is life-changing. We served our country voluntarily, without expectation. Words can't capture the gratitude. And I think the most important part would be to understand the opportunity that this provides for us as veterans.